Bonjour, in this video we are going to see the verb aller in French. But actually we are going to see the difficulties about this verb. Well, first, aller is irregular in French. So the conjugation, what we are going to see and what we are going to explain in this lesson, the present tense. So as you can see, this verb is irregular. Je vais, tu vas, il va, elle va, on va, nous allons, vous allez, ils vont, elles vont. Well, more than that, this verb is rarely special. Why? Because actually in a short sentence, it doesn't like to be alone. And we are going to explain what we mean. First, let's start with some sentences easy to understand. Je vais à l'école. Here the verb is aller with a preposition au, à la, a, l apostrophe to translate to in English. For example, aller au marché. So why here do we use the preposition au? Because actually, marché is masculine. So we use au, aller au marché. Aller à la poste. So now we've got à la, because poste is feminine, and in this case we used the preposition à la. Finally, when you've got here a voile, like in the word école, whatever the gender is, masculine or feminine, we use a, l apostrophe. So three forms, three prepositions to translate the same thing in English, to translate to. So here we have to go to the supermarket, to go to the post office, and to go to the school. We've got some other prepositions. Je vais chez. Je vais chez. Chez means the house of someone, or the we're going to see the profession. The verb is aller chez. So je vais chez le docteur. So means I go to the doctors, actually. Je vais chez le docteur. And we use chez because doctor is a person, it is a profession too. Je vais chez Paul, so the same thing. Paul is a person, so we use chez. You can't say je vais à Paul ou au Paul, for example. No, you need to use here the preposition chez to translate I go to Paul's. Je vais en, another preposition, to translate now by. Je vais en train, the meaning is I go by train. So je vais en voiture, je vais en avion. So when it is possible to go in something, like a train, a plane, etc., you use en in French. Je vais en train. Je vais travailler, well, easy to in English. Aller and the infinitive form of the verb. Je vais manger, for example. We have the same thing in English. I go to eat, the verb to go, and the infinitive form to eat. Je vais manger. Elle va travailler. So you understand that it is she goes or she's going to work. Elle va travailler. So let's see now the beginning of the difficulties about this verb. So what about these expressions j'y vais and je m'en vais? Well, as we said, the verb aller doesn't like to be alone in short sentences. So the verb infinitive form are y aller and s'en aller. How to translate I'm off or I'm going, I'm leaving in French? You can't just say je vais. Je vais is just the beginning of a longer sentence. So if you want to say I'm going to the supermarket, so you can say je vais au supermarché. But if you want just to say I'm off, I'm going, something like that, a short sentence, you need the letter Y, and the sentence now is j'y vais. So j'y vais is the correct translation of I'm off, I'm leaving, I'm going. And we can use this small letter in many expressions in French. For example, now if you want to say we are off, it is on y va or nous y allons. We have to go or we must go in French, il faut y aller. So here we have something to say about the pronunciation. We've got a letter T. So if you want to make the liaison, there's no problem. You can say il faut y aller. But Most people in France say il faut y aller. Il faut y aller without pronouncing the letter T. And il faut y aller is the translation of we must go. The same thing for je dois y aller. So here there is a S, so you can say it if you want, je dois y aller. But again, in France, what we say is je dois y aller. And the translation is I need to go or I must go. Je dois y aller. Again, we need here the letter Y. Again, if you want to say a longer sentence, I must go to the doctor, for example, here you will say je dois aller chez le docteur. And you don't need, in this case, the letter Y. Je vais y aller or je vais y aller. I'm going to go. So as you can see, it is very useful to know actually this short letter in a short sentence if you want to correctly translate the expression from English into French. What about the expression je m'en vais? Well, je m'en vais has the same meaning. So to translate I'm off, you can say j'y vais or je m'en vais. Again, in short sentences. Some difficulties about questions. How to translate do I go? In French, we say y vais-je, with again the letter Y. Of course, if you want to say do I go to the supermarket, well, you can say vais-je au supermarché. In this case, a long sentence, you don't need the letter Y. Does he go to work? Well, here, another difficulty, va-t-il travailler? As you can see, we had a letter T here. Well, this letter T has nothing to do with grammar. It's just to help the pronunciation between these two vowels, A and I. We don't say va-il, but we say va-t-il. So in this case, when after the verb va, we've got something starting with the vowel, usually we use the letter T. Va-t-il travailler? Va-t-elle travailler? Va-t-on travailler? Imperative mood, the same difficulties. How to translate go? Well, you don't say va, you don't say aller. We say vas-y or allez-y. Vas-y, of course, if you know the person, and allez-y is the plural or the formal way to translate go. As you can see again, we need our letter Y. Vas-y, he. I don't know if you notice something special here. Well, if you know the imperative form of the verb to go, you should know that there is no S here. So why do we have S? Well, again, it is to help the pronunciation. And in this case, it's not a T, but it's an S. It's like that. So we say vas-y, and we write va with the final S, even if the conjugation table, you are not going to see it. Okay? Just to translate go. Vas-y, allez-y. Well, c'est fini. So, thank you for watching this slides. I hope it will be a big help to improve the use of the verb aller in French. Au revoir et bon français.